There's an
How is
open mic.
my video? Is it okay?
It's better than okay, bro. You look fantastic.
It's the right direction and everything.
It looks great. You look good. I don't see Mario. It's great.
He's there.
It seems like you didn't clean up all the lotion on your camera. I'm just kidding. The now ongoing rumor is that David Shapiro exclusively masturbates to pictures of Suzette Vanetti. I didn't want to confirm.
Okay.
Or
I've thought about this as a joke before, and is that like masturbation squared? Like when you're masturbating to yourself, like that's like
they call that the Tom Brady. Tom Brady only masturbates to video of Tom Brady.
What if I put on her rings and paint the nails on that hand and then masturbate? Is that like is that like someone else giving me a hand job?
Like Suzette giving you a hand job.
Right.
Yeah, you should sell.
She looks like the type of girl that would give a lot of hand jobs and blow jobs. So
she would. Very handsome woman.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back to the NOS. That's the 916 News on the Street, where four hilarious Sacramento comedians react to today's Sacramento news. Today is March 25th, and I am joined, as always, by the beautiful, lovely, and talented Aurora Singh. Everybody, please give it up.
I just realized I started waving, and I was like, what if he doesn't say my name?
Oh, Aurora Singh, that's you, boo. I always introduce you first. Even if you're in the car, you can take your hands off the wheel and clap, damn it. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are always blessed to have my man D. Tyler. What's good? In the building. It's good to see you, man. And then one of our favorite guests, David Shapiro. What's poppin', Shappy?
What's up? How you guys
doing?
What's
going on? You live in Sacramento. What's the David Shapiro news? That's Sacramento news. Whatever's happening to you. What's happening?
What's happening to me?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on with you? You lucky dude.
I walked a marathon last night. I walked 26 miles.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tell the story.
There's not much story. They said my car was going to be done at the Vacaville Honda dealership, and then they texted me. They said it wasn't going to be done, but I rented a truck. And it was like $115 a day, and I'm Jewish, so I was like, I will not be paying for this truck any more than the one day that I planned on. So I returned the truck, and then I was in Vacaville, so I had to get home. So,
and I work in Vacaville 5 days a week, and we're homies. And instead of calling me, you decided to just walk.
You know what?
26 miles.
That slipped my mind. I didn't make it all the way home.
Your butthole works, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Runner butthole.
Yeah. You guys ever heard of runner butthole?
Is that when you have to like poop while you're running?
No, it's when you get sweaty, right? Because it can happen on any part of your body. I wish this wasn't on this part of the pod.
And there's like runner nipple as well. That's when you run
so hard. That, like the
are you like chafing on your butt?
No, just
I guess hole. I've never had any butt pain before, so it's just an uncomfortable butt feeling.
And that's what's going on in Sacramento. It's long walks to Vacaville. And hurt buttholes. What's going on with you, D. Tyler? What's going down? I heard that you went and punked some people for their lunch money and shit. The series.
I feel bad. Like I went to open mic. It's an open mic comedy competition. Mm-hmm. It's a thing, and I ended up winning the competition. But
shout out to Curtis as well for providing a place.
Yeah, shout out to Curtis.
Open mic comics to come and
he does dope karaoke after that too, man. Like Curtis is a karaoke.
Yeah, that's right.
So
tell me how this headliner that plays clubs and colleges literally all over the country stole some little wide-eyed series of open micers money.
Nah, because I was going for the open mic just to get the stage time, and then that was a cool little incentive. But afterwards, they had this stripper pole, and I wanted to take a picture of the stripper pole because it was just like so raggedy. Like it's if you see it, you like, I gotta take a pic on that shit. It looks historic. It's like Harriet Tubman. So I get on it and I take a pic and I caption the pic. won the comedy competition. Look, mama, I made it, and I'm making this face like, hang on. And to me, it was sarcastic. I didn't really think so. When my phone dies, I get home to my charger and all these congratulations, like my aunt, congratulations, my cousins, congratulations, bro. Man, you got this, man. You on your way. I'm like, I'm not on my way anywhere. It was open mic. Now I don't know how to. I want to take the post down because I'm like,
Don't
whoever was there is looking at this post like,
keep it up. Keep it up
You should-
for life, bro.
You should archive it and then bring it back like a year
When you
later.
get canceled 10 years from now, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the post.
this is gonna be the straw that brought the camel's back. Nah, but that's what happened. It was amazing. Patrick J was there. He almost actually This is how the company. Pat technically could have won, but the crowd was the decider. Like it was that kind of night. And
was Patrick J fired?
Patrick J was hot. He came
I
out.
haven't seen Patrick J in a long time.
The last couple times I took Patrick J out to a show, man, he kicked their ass.
Oh, so you kicking it with Patrick J? Tell him I said what's up. Tell him I'm up.
I will, man. We've been hitting these mics.
Aurora, what's going on with you? You're Sacramento. You're the Sacramento news. What's happening? Tiny mic.
Tiny mic.
I always like to think it's a regular sized mic and you're just talking, dude.
What's going on with me? I ordered some rain boots off Amazon because it was raining a lot in Sacramento and I love the rain and I was excited to celebrate. And then my rain boots got here and they smell and reek of marijuana. And so now I can't bring them into the house. They're sitting outside on the patio. I haven't worn them one single time. And I thought they smelled fine. I put them in the closet last night and now our whole apartment smells like skunk and weed. And so now I'm just really sad because I don't have my rain boots and they have glitter on them and that I was excited about. So I don't know what to do now. I think I have to return them. And also it's not fucking raining anymore. So I never even got to wear these goddamn raining boots.
Well, that's all the more reason you should return them now. And then get some non-smelly rain boots for next rain season.
The problem that I have with returning them is that I have giant women feet. And so to find cute rain boots, they're like a size, I wear a size 12 in women's.
What's a 10 in
Don't make that face.
But also,
that's a motherfucker.
No, Alice's face went.
We should know she has big giant woman feet because look at the normal size mic in her big giant woman hand. She holds it.
Wait, why don't you just wait? Did you check to see if there's actually weed in the boots? Because it might be weed in there.
That's the part that made me the most upset was that there wasn't even weed in it. I checked. I was like, there's not weed in the package. There's no weed in the boots. It just reeks of weed. And I like if I were to sit like let's say
but
in
you
a
wear
restaurant,
them in the rain and then that washes off the smell, I'm sure.
No, I put them in the rain basically. Like I put up like they should not smell like weed anymore and they reek. Like it is so pungent. Like it is.
Dumb question, are they made of hemp?
I don't think so. No, I got them on Amazon.
If they were.
I want to know where you ordered this from.
If
this person
that'd be funny if that was the reason.
I bought them on
wherever
Amazon.
you ordered this from, their weed is strong, and I want to smoke it.
It might not be weed. You know what? Have you thought about taking the boots and making like some soapy water in a bucket, put in the bucket, letting them soak, smell off, or in the boot? Now you don't want to use chemicals. It's rubber; they're waterproof. Put them in some water with some soap, and
because then what if I ruin them? Then I can't return them.
Just return them. You're right. Just return them.
But before you do, you need to look up the seller and give the name to Ellis so he can order some weed from that.
Or maybe they're CBD boots. You put them on and then they they relax your toes.
I'm gonna look up. I ordered on Amazon, so I can just look to see. But yeah, isn't that disappointing? And they're glittery, and I want glitter rain boots, but like when you have a size 12 foot, you can't just like, oh, next year I'm just gonna order some glitter rain boots. Like that doesn't happen.
Then just keep them. They got a year to fuck.
So how big are your toes, man?
You want to see them?
like
They're really
big
long.
ass toes.
If you want to
And
have
those are like $50. How much were
Don't
they?
show people your toes. You can charge for that.
They
Okay.
were only $27. There was a great deal.
He said next rain season, just keep them until next rain season.
Okay, but
No,
I can't bring them into the house ever. Okay, wait.
Return
Do you want to know how long my second toe is? Because my second toe is bigger than my big toe.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So my second toe is this long.
It's pinky.
As long as
length?
your pinky?
Yeah.
What?
No, it's not.
It's the same.
And it has the same amount of knuckles? Goddamn, you probably got 3 knuckles on your toe if it's that long.
Yeah, that's tough.
There's no way you can have a 2-knuckle toe.
And she has
I'm
a
gonna look
snorting,
at my toe.
she has
I'm
a
gonna look at my
snorting
toe.
nail on that toe.
I'm not gonna show it to you. I just want to double check.
This is captivating footage.
Is it?
You know what? You know what? No. It goes up to right here.
Okay, there you go.
That's
knuckle.
normal.
Yeah. I don't know if it's normal. That's a
I
big
don't
ass
think it's
hand.
normal. My toes are very long.
I'm sure they're good. All right, let's do some Sacramento news. All right,
Thank you for checking it. Thank you for checking in, Ellis.
I think I'm gonna start checking in every morning because that's why I'm here in the morning. I want to see how you guys are. All right, Sacramento, we're doing a follow-up story. 2 times we covered a story, right, about pipe bombs, zip guns at Ethel Baker Elementary School, right?
Ethel Baker.
Ethel, what'd you say?
Ethel Baker.
Do you know who that is, Brad?
I don't know who Ethel Baker is, but I know the school. I've heard of
that
it
school twice now. Remember we did stories, somebody left pipe bombs, makeshift pipe bombs. They found somebody and arrested him. His name is Gustavo Aguilar. And Gustavo Aguilar has now twice put bombs and zip guns at the elementary school, and was released under $25,000 bond.
How old is Gustavo?
He's hella old. Old boy's like 57.
Wait, so he's an adult planting weapons and pipe bombs at an elementary school?
Twice.
What?
Twice he put makeshift explosives at the house, making explosive devices, and then left them near the school. The story went out twice. We covered it. And then I guess through their investigation, they found out who it was and arrested the guy. He's out on bails, but he'll have a trial coming up, which is a couple things. Number one, we're not the fucking news. We react to the news. So I want all the conspiracy theories on what the fuck is up with Gustavo and why you think he possibly want to pipe bomb the school. I'm assuming he never graduated from Ethel Baker. You know what I mean? He got kicked out in the 2nd grade, and he's always had a beef now against Mrs. Ferguson or something, and he's waiting, to blow her up or some shit. That's my
okay. So I know exactly what happened. So what happened was Gustavo.
Mm-hmm.
He went to he's from actually the East Coast.
Okay.
So he went to school at East Coast. He went to a school called Edel Laker Elementary School.
Right. But then he got in a fight in school, and his mom and dad said he had to go live in Sacramento.
So actually what happened was that he had a loving relationship with one of his teachers. And he thought the teacher was going to leave her husband for him as a 13-year-old, 12-year-old kid. And he was like, this is what's going to happen. So then his parents found out, and they're like, fuck, we got to move him out west. So then he moved out west. He was raised, locally, and he still had this trauma from Edel Laker. So he found a school called Ethel Baker. And so he just it triggered him because he went to like mental, he was in the asylum, and then he heard Ethel Baker and it triggered him. And he's like, my love. And so then now he's like, I gotta avenge my lost love. And so he was like, the only way to do this, if I can't have her, no one can have her. And then decided to build a bomb. And then kill everybody.
You should be a forensic psychologist. You're dead on. I'm sure.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, from what we've heard.
That's why Pepe Le Pew was canceled. Everybody, all right.
Exactly.
I believe her story. I don't even know if that's true, but I
love it.
These are the facts that I'm spitting.
How'd you get these facts?
She made them up right now. And his name is Gustavo Aguilar. So I don't know. If he's out, I don't. If he's out $25,000 bail, I don't know if that's that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty low bail for making bombs that could kill children.
Right?
But they never went off or anything, right? So he's planning them.
But is he making the bombs and planting them to try to go off at the school, or is he just hiding them in school?
Exactly. And I think that's why he only had $25,000. So if this guy's got 2,500 laying around to get himself out of jail, he's 57. I kind of believe that. But his name is Aguilar, and I don't think Aguilar is gonna. I think they're gonna throw the book at this dude. You know what I mean?
If I threw my pancakes at the waitress at Denny's and got arrested, my bill would be higher than that.
Yeah.
And he makes a whole pipe bomb. And what are zip guns?
Twice, and leaves them near the school.
What's a zip gun?
Yeah, what is a zip gun?
A zip gun is a homemade gun, right? So you get a pipe and you get a thing, you can pull a string or shoot a shotgun shell or something. It's not a gun, but it's a homemade device that will shoot a round of some type. Usually they're shotgun shells and stuff like that. But like, you pull a gun, something snaps, pow, shot. It's a zip gun. You don't know what a zip gun is?
Blow your hands off.
It just shoots one round.
Usually.
So he's like the Revolutionary Army soldiers. He has to like pat his one gun. Like after he shoots, he takes like 25 minutes to pack his gun before
he has to repack it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that they're usually for like they're usually because you're fucking broke and you shouldn't have a goddamn gun. But when they're used effectively, they're first stealth, right? No one's expecting you to have a weird device, or if they see the device, they don't know what it's for, maybe necessarily. But I'm telling you, this guy, Mr. Gustavo, is obviously Latino. Mr. Gustavo didn't really do nothing except he made illegal stuff, but the fact that he left them near the school and all the publicity that got, they're gonna throw the fucking book at this guy. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the maximum is for this, but I'm sure he's gonna fucking get it. And we'll keep up on the story, but I'm assuming this guy's getting 5 at least.
That's wild, man.
And I bet they would give him more if they could.
I'm just going to go back to the idea that he had a bad day. I think that just should be the next. That should be the.
And he was just waiting for an Asian teacher to show up at the school and blast it up.
Exactly, and I think that should be everyone's new defense. Like, you had a bad day, you were tempted, and you were just trying to protect your temptations, and you're living your life. Good for him.
Give me everybody's guess. Do you think Mr. Gustavo will be convicted, and how much time do you think he'll get? I say yes, 5 years. Probably out in 3 with parole. Nah, he seems like a bad prisoner. 5. He's gonna do the whole.
But is Gustavo special needs, or is he a regular guy?
And based on his picture, he just looks like a regular guy that's missing a chin. He doesn't have a strong chin.
Okay.
That's probably why it happened. He
Yeah.
probably got picked on by a second grader.
No, man, we already got our theory. He's loved the flock.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't know how to feel about this one, man, because
some adding in your fake shit. This is real.
What if he blew that stuff up, or what if one of them kids got that pipe bomb and took it home and blew their house up, or you know what I'm saying? Like, can't be. Why would you? Is he trying to arm the children? Like, why would you give? If you're not planting it, now I can see. I'm imagining they're finding a pipe bomb and it's got the digital countdown. It's like boop boop, and just in school, or is it? He's got a little.
It's one of those Make-A-Wish things, right? Where the kid wanted to be Batman. He was like, "All right, motherfucker."
It's like, "Hey, kids, KEEDS 1 WUN."
He's leaving little riddles for them to find it. I'm assuming
Yeah.
this guy had some kind of nefarious plan, and wanted to be able to walk away if whatever was happening. You know, like if you're not going to use the gun or the pipe bomb, you could just walk away and leave it somewhere. You know. But I'm assuming he needed it to be in a certain place near the school at a certain time, and he didn't know when that time was. So he was planting it. I'm wondering how they caught him.
I'm glad they caught him anyway. He probably had his name on this, made by Gustavo. Like
maybe he thought he was going to be the next Tony Stark, and he was just like holding it there, you know?
I am Gustavo.
I think he's going to get 2 years in prison.
2 years, okay. Tyler, what do you think he gets?
I hope he gets at least 7, man. How does he? When he gets out, he should be too old to be making more bombs.
He's already 57, man. So, what do you think,
57's
Shafi?
young.
I hate when we do this because I don't actually know any sentencing guidelines.
Neither do we. That's the fun of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 12 because it was around children, right?
Yeah, you're harsh, bro.
Yeah, but
After we just said it's okay,
bro.
say whatever you want. We were like, oh God, 12, it's too much.
he put bombs
know
around
anything?
children.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
he did it twice. Come on, it's not the first offense. It's the second time, Gustavo.
Look, he's not white. He did it multiple times, and it was around children. So people are going to be like, "Oh, this is terrible."
I'm people. Fuck him. 12 years.
Okay, now I got a series of like pretty cool, good stories, and then fucked up shit.
Oh,
all right.
God. All right,
So
let's go.
you guys want to pick? You want to do something really good, or you want to do something kind of fucked up?
Sandwich it.
So let's start with something fucked up then.
Yeah.
Because we just had a good one. No, that was a bad one, right? Let's do
That was
something
a bad
good.
one.
I think pipe bomb at a children's school counts as bad. Yeah.
No, they arrested the person. That's the story. The pipe bombs, we already did those stories. Today's story is we arrested them. And then because of Aurora's incredible investigative imagination, we've determined why he did this. So it was a good story. But we'll do a good story. All right, here. California condor could return to the Pacific Northwest after a century's absence. So I think it was in the 70s or the 80s that the California condor, remember, was endangered. There was only like 22 of them. You guys remember this? Yeah. You don't know this?
No. I was born in the 90s.
I was
back in the day, I think.
In the early 80s. So this was also like I don't really remember this as a kid, but I do remember in the 90s when you would go to school, they were always talking about the condors. You guys remember Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
And he was arguing, he was like, what if I brought back some condors? Right? And he was arguing that condors were basically extinct and that if they DNA'd a bunch of condors, that was like a big talking point in the early 90s because there was literally 22 California condors, right? And whatever. They captured all of them and then started this breeding thing, and they got a few hundred of them now, right? So I guess they got like enough that they got some kind of non-essential breeders or whatever, I don't know, and they're gonna re-release them loose in this area in Northern California Los Padres National Forest.
They look like
they look wild, ugly.
Yeah, they look like what's it called?
They're hideous.
They look like they would be the pet of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Well, they're condors. They eat carrion. And
they look like they have scrotums for heads.
Yeah, they kind of do. So the fact that a bird that was poached all basically into extinction, that scientists and people gotten together to build back into a substantial population enough to start re-releasing them in their original habitats. And your guys' response is, ew, they look gross. So if you see a bird that's been circumcised, okay, you can't have some love for that, Shapiro? That's all a condor is. It's just a circumcised eagle.
You don't circumcise a scrotum.
Like the villains from the Dark Crystal.
But hold up.
That fucking movie.
Wait, hold on.
They do look exactly like that shit.
I got a problem with calling them extinct. Like, how are you going to say they were extinct?
They were endangered.
No,
there were 22 of them.
Right, I know you said that, but then the internet says it was extinct in the wild. Okay, so I guess they were in captivity. That's a stupid way to say it.
I've seen them. God was trying to take them birds out for a reason.
Yeah, God was like, oopsies, that wasn't what that came out wrong. You know how when you make a copy of something, or you print out something from the internet and then it comes out and you're like, oh, it got like smudged, I have to like reprint it. It didn't come out right. I think that's what God was. He was like, oh shit, that's not what I was trying to print out. My bad.
Weird. Yeah, condors are
y'all
like majestic, like evil.
I know that God doesn't make mistakes, but like I don't know.
He
Maybe.
jokes around sometimes.
Yeah,
This
maybe
is a
he was
good,
just
this is
like
a
being
beautiful,
funny.
positive story. Everybody's like, we gotta save the polar bears. Everyone thinks polar bears are cute, right?
Because they're cute. They
Okay,
drink
well,
Coca-Cola.
They're not
can
cute
we
either. They're cutie
capture
machines.
enough polar bears and then breed them and then re-release them in the North Pole when it gets cold again? Well, we can maybe because we did it with the condor.
No.
This is a beautiful story.
It's a
You know, we're
beautiful
going to
released
a
story.
a-
shit story after this, right? We
They
It's an ugly
released a
bird,
flock
though.
of Flavor Flavs. That's what they did. Is a flock of Flavor Flavs
Like-
looking for love all over California now.
It's a
Couldn't we get a
story.
beautiful bird? Like a beautiful story
Yeah.
about a beautiful bird?
There we go.
Is that in California? Condor is the flavor of birds, my guy. They are ugly. I'm glad they're here though. They're
What do
fucking
they-
huge.
How do they serve the community? How does this?
They eat dead stuff that dies and just sit there and rot and shit like that. They're part of the natural ecosystem.
So they're going to be all over South Sac. Got it.
They're not going to be all over us eating
Perched on
turkeys.
gas stations and liquor stores and weed spots.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
Horrible
hey,
story.
wait. They eat
What?
stuff that dies, and they're coming back. So a whole bunch of open micers like me are going to get eaten by condors.
Getting swooped up on. That'd be fucked up.
You died.
They're just circling as you get on stage. This is, they know. All right, let's do. That was supposed to be the good story. All right, let's do
It
semi-bad
was.
story. Semi-bad, semi-good. Which this is starting to be a problem. Police, West Sacramento man arrested for terrorist threats after walking around a neighborhood with a loaded shotgun. There was a West Sacramento man carrying a loaded shotgun. He threatened 2 people, including a detective in his neighborhood. So I read the story. It's basically a guy walking around with a loaded shotty, just walking around agitated, basically begging people to piss him off. And then including some detective, the detective's like, this part I'm making up, but the detective's like, hey, what's this about? And he fucking loads it. What's good? You know what I mean? So somebody called the cops. Oh boy was arrested. So number one, I think it's kind of a bad story because it's like, is that what we're doing now?
Is he white?
Around.
Was he white?
If he was
Right.
captured alive, then yeah, he's white.
Hmm.
His identity has not been released.
Yes,
But
he's white. That means
So
he's
this
white.
is one of
Because if
those,
he was
do you know who
black,
my
they would have
daddy
been
is
like black
situation.
man.
He just
If he was
answered it.
black, if he was black or Hispanic or anything
Local
else, they would have
rapper.
been like,
Yeah.
they would have been like local thug. Blah, blah, blah. But they said
Yeah.
because his identity hasn't been exposed or whatever, he's white.
He was probably just having a semi-bad day.
When it's a black person, just say her whole name and where you live.
Can we get that?
Who
Who
lives on 53rd was caught in West Sacramento. His mom, Carol, she works at SMUD. But they tell your whole
Aurora, who sings that song? So you had a bad day. Like,
I
who
don't
sung
know. I don't know, but I
Someone needs to make a cut on YouTube where they play that song.
they already have.
All the white people. Okay.
It's already
Somebody did that
happened.
already? I gotta look at that.
Yeah, well, not a
Um,
cut of all the white people, but it's a white guy, and it's above him. It says how police officers see white terrorists, and it's him circling around, being like, "You had a bad day." He's like dancing in the streets.
Oh, man, what do you do when you see? What would you do if you saw a guy walking around with a loaded shot?
Me?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm staying in the house. I'm not going near him.
Yeah.
So this happened. This happened to me last summer, and it wasn't a shotgun.
What?
A homie pulled over on L Street, L and 21st, and he pulled his gun out of his waistband at me. Right? Because he was mad I was wearing a bandana, right? Because of COVID, right? So face mask. This is legit true. And he was mad at the color of the bandana.
A homie?
What color was it?
Your homies? Why would you say a homie? Like
Yeah,
that's
why?
That's a good point. A
Was he
gentleman.
a black dude?
He was a black dude.
Did you call? Are you calling black people homies now?
No,
Or was this guy? This guy.
I
is
call
your
my
homie?
homies. I don't know why I said a homie. Maybe because
No,
he
but he's
remembered.
your
One of the
friend?
homies pulled up, and I'm like, "Yo,
What color was your bandana?
It was red. He didn't like that.
Oh,
But like
Was
I
this in
thought,
the 90s?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like COVID, like rules don't apply. And so he was like, "You need to take that
No,
off."
no, no, no. But this person is your friend that knows you.
No, not my friend, not my friend. I used
But
the
he's
wrong
not
word.
the homie.
I know, I used the wrong word.
Oh, this is some. Okay, why were you in the
Gentleman.
car with some guy? That's not the homie.
No, he
Wait,
wasn't.
gentleman.
He was walking down the
Wait.
street. Did you guys get the story? Are we on the same page? He said he was
I didn't get the
walking
story.
out-
Do it over. Start over.
Are we calling black people homies now?
No,
Is
we're
that-
not. We're not. We're not.
No, like, I'm not going to that party. Why? Oh, that's where the homies are. Why would you go there? That's the best place to be for your homies.
No, I call my friends homies. I don't know why
You
I
know
call
what?
them homies.
I like that. If
Okay.
he's coding black people as homies, that's better than a lot of things that we got. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's the right
one
dog
time-
whistle.
I
One
think you
time
know
my
why I said it. You know
ex-boyfriend
those
called
little.
me homie and I cried.
Have you ever seen the little
What? Why?
Yeah.
Because he broke my heart, and then a year later we hung out, like just to meet up and get coffee. And he was like, "All right, it was good hanging out with you, homie." And I was like, "We had sex."
You ever see those
Oh, that's fucked up.
those little characters you can buy for $0.25 in the
Yeah.
yeah. So they
Those
have
are homies.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh.
black.
No, they're all
So
different colors.
you've purchased homies, and now
Oh my
you
God.
call real black people in real life homies.
Okay, what
No,
is
no,
the
no.
rest of the story?
Yeah. This I
Black
look terrible here.
plastic capsule.
Yes.
You know what? I don't know why we're trying to accuse you of being racist or something.
I know.
like
I'm
that.
like,
I know,
It's
that's why I'm
Steph's
like,
not-
can we
Steph's
just move
not
on?
even here.
It's just
Steph's not
funny.
even here.
I
It's
hate white people so
hilarious.
much. And I'm Jewish. Like everyone hates me.
Nobody's
No,
perfect.
okay.
So he pulls up. So the homie pulls out the gun.
The gentleman pulled out. So he was like, "You need to take it off," right? Because you said, "What would you do if someone pulled a loaded shotgun?" So I would probably do the same thing. He was like, "You need to take your mask off," and I was like, "You need to put one on, right? Because COVID."
Mm.
And then he pulled out the gun, and he was like, "You need to take it off, or I'm going to make you take it off." And I said, "You're going against all health recommendations," because he wasn't wearing a mask and he had a gun, right? And he didn't think that was. I thought that was hilarious. He didn't, right? And then my
you
friends were
started
like,
telling jokes to a person who had a gun in your face.
"Yeah, I mean, you
Criticizes health practices.
got to diffuse the situation and have fun with
Did
it."
you
Like,
just
what-
get out of the car?
he jumped a curb, like the curb. He jumped the curb with his car, and he like jumped it, and then he like got out and started walking up L Street at us because he was westbound. So I would do the same thing. I would talk.
Oh, he
to the
was
guy
not
who shot
in
me.
your car.
No, I was walking.
Ellis, he was never
Oh,
in
you
the
were.
same.
Oh,
He doesn't
Yeah.
know this person.
I
okay.
started. You know what? I shouldn't have used a
Okay.
colloquial term for friend. That was my fault.
Okay.
Oh
I
my
didn't
So
know
I
god.
was so confused.
No, that wasn't your fault, Dave. He didn't listen at the beginning when you said you were walking and a car pulled up.
I don't have a. Okay, what would you do in this situation? This literally happened yesterday.
I'd go talk to him.
No,
I'd be like,
yesterday I'm in my apartment and I hear this couple yelling at each other outside, right? And she's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you disrespected me. You disrespected me. And it was loud, but I'm loud. So, hey, have your loud conversation is fine. But it goes for like 4 or 5 minutes. So now I'm looking up and it's this big dude. He's like probably a foot taller than this girl, probably outweighs her by 50 pounds. And he's kind of like blocking her from going. And then when she takes a step, he takes a step. And so now I want to go back, to my life, but then it's getting louder. And then she runs across the street, like through traffic. And he chases her to the point where he loses his flip-flops chasing her down the street. And she's like, no, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. What do you do?
I call the police and stay the fuck inside my house, and I'm
Mhm.
recording it on my phone.
He is black. They are black.
If I saw that, I would literally call the police and I would stay in my house and I would say, there is a man chasing a woman around the street. She's screaming for him to leave her
me
alone.
alone. Yeah, she's
And
literally like, no, I'm not going with you.
She's screaming and I'm staying in the house and I'm recording it on my phone. That's what I would do. If I was a man that was big enough to handle it, I would go outside with a fucking knife.
No,
and
but
I'd
what would
be
you
like-
do? You would call the police and
I would call
record
the
it.
police
from
and record
safety.
it, and I would go outside
okay.
with the knife for safety on my pocket, and I'd be like, "You better back the fuck up, dude."
What would you do, Shappy?
You know what? So in this situation, because sometimes you see something like this and you're like, I don't, you see people fighting and you're like, I don't know who the aggressor is, but this sounds pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
So I think if I saw it, I think I might say something really benign, like, "Hey, you guys good? You need help?"
That's
Something
a
non-aggressive.
very effective response, actually.
Again, something to kind of diffuse the situation, not like, "Hey, man, leave her alone," because that's gonna create more tension.
Sorry, my Haitian was showing. I'm sorry.
Well, but see, I'm not a big man, right? Like I'm a small man.
Yeah, you are.
So
who's your big man? Who's your big man? Your bureau. You are. You're a big
so
man.
like, and I have a rule, right? Like, Aurora, like I don't like to have a weapon that can be used against me. So like a knife could be taken and used against me.
Not if you're a black belt karate.
Well,
like
if you don't want to use weapons that can be used against you, you need to stop using sarcasm immediately. What would you do, D. Tyler? What would you do in this situation? What's the right thing to do?
Probably would have had my headphones on and not heard the shit anyway.
Yeah.
Like playing Call of Duty and be like, man,
what is that? Yeah.
He would have gone out there with the stripper pole.
Here's the thing, man. You know, Brett, I don't get into domestic situations because this is what could happen. You run down there, right? And then you say, "Hey, bro, stop." And then the bitch is like, "Don't talk to my man like that." And I'm like,
"Yep,
you
been there."
Talk to my bitch, and now you got two people on your ass.
Yep, and you just brought them together, you know.
So I've actually been in a situation where I'm not like this bad, but it was actually before a show that I was supposed to host, and this guy was like kicking us out, and he's like, "I gotta lock up," and I'm like, "I'm the host of the next show, like you don't have to lock up." And then he was talking to me disrespectfully and my friend, and he was talking to two older people in the room disrespectfully. So I was like, "Hey, we're leaving. Like, you don't need to keep talking, you know?" And I'm not a confrontational person, but when I'm confrontational, I'm confrontational. And so I was like,
"You're
hey,
all
like
in."
I'm either all in or not. So I was like, "Hey, like we're good. Like we're leaving. You don't have to keep running your mouth." And then he was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Blah, 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 all this stuff, right? Screaming. And now we're on the sidewalk and he's in my face screaming. And I'm like, "Don't let her come out." Cause like, it's like me, right? This is me. And then I have like my angry like side that just like
Haitian, 100%.
Honestly, the Haitian blood, it's like the machete in me comes out, and I'm like, "Oh my God." And so then my friend was with me and she's like, "Aurora, like it's okay." And I was like, "No, it's not." And I went off, right?
Yeah.
I'm going off because now he's screaming at his wife to get in the car and calling her names. And like, she's like, "I'm so sorry." And he's like, "Get in the fucking car, you stupid bitch." Like all this stuff. And I'm standing right there and he was just yelling at me. Like, it's one thing for me, but like to call someone else when I can step in. So then I get in his face and basically it ended up being fine. Like he left, but like it was getting really dirty and it was getting really dangerous. But I kind of brought them together because she's like, "Don't talk to him like that." And I was like, you're a psycho bitch. Like, how can you? What?
I just think it's like, I thought it was crazy that she's literally like, I live in an apartment complex. There's another couple apartment. He's like in the middle of like all these apartment complexes, all these families. And he felt very comfortable to pull his car to the side and chase this woman down in broad daylight. And I was just like,
Can you imagine what's happening behind closed doors if he's doing that outside?
Exactly. Ooh. And I could, it got, and if you're having some kind of domestic thing and you're running your mouth and you're disrespecting each other, that's none of my business. So for the longest time, I tried to let it be. Once it got, he was blocking her, and I was like, somebody else needs to do something here, and nobody did. So then I started fucking walking over there, and my neighbor, I don't even know his name because I don't like knowing my neighbor's name. So when the cops ask me for shit, I don't know what to fucking tell them. And also, I don't want to call the cops on this couple because he's obviously fucking up, and she obviously needs help. But if the cops come, that could be the end of this dude. You know what I'm saying? So then I walk over and then just was like, "Hey," like real, like, "I'm not in your guys' business." Really diffused it. Got her able to leave, but I was scared. And also they're in traffic, so I'm like kind of standing near traffic. Like, is it really like, am I gonna have to beat up some random dude? And come on, man, you know? And I
can't believe you went out there. Good for you.
I did that. I didn't want to go out there, but I didn't want anybody to call the cops on my mom.
So,
Right.
And then also too, I was afraid for the girl, and I'm kind of mad at this dude. Like, it's 2021, man. You're cheating, and she's screaming, "Leave me alone." You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't right in the head, but we ended up getting her separated. She walks away, and then he ended up getting his car and leaving. But I was just, I don't know. I just
They're together right now, like right as we speak, together,
talking
right
shit
now,
about
somewhere.
me.
Yeah, remember that motherfucker that almost had to beat up because you? Oh yeah, fuck him. I'm like, come on.
So I'm gonna do one last story so I can get everybody out on time. And I'm gonna take over. I'm sorry, Aurora. I found the happy story today. Okay.
That's okay.
Do you guys remember on the show? I don't know if Sheppy, D. Tyler, you were there. There was like a video of some people that were drunk and they were walking by this pizzeria. And then one of them gets just for no reason. He picks up a grate and he just throws it through the window for no reason, and then laughs and runs away. Remember this?
Yeah. I do.
What is though?
What?
Was the place open or closed?
No, it's at night.
It was at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just walking
random
by.
vandalism.
Randomly, some dude just does this, right? So then they released the video, and they're asking, "Hey, help us find this fucking douchebag." And then also, they started a GoFundMe to help this business owner, who's already struggling during this time, to fix this window. Well, he gets a letter. Some dude wrote him a letter. "Sorry for smashing your window. I was hammered, and my friend sent me the article last night. I was unaware of my actions until now. I would have come forward sooner had I known. I know I'm in no position to ask a favor, but I hope we can take the police out of this. This is not the man I'm trying to be, and I hope you know how sorry I am and how much shame I feel." And then it's signed "Asshole that broke the window." And he enclosed $2,000.
But he wrapped it around a brick and threw it through the window with the brick. He didn't learn his lesson.
In their car window. Take that shit.
He was like, "Isn't that how you deliver messages?
I should have never gave you niggas pizza." So I think, all things concerned, this is a great story, man. Like,
funny.
we all fuck up, right? And this guy tried to make amends. I dig this.
You know what? Wait, so this just happened recently. He said he didn't just find out. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
March 14th, he busted the window.
Okay, and then now today or yesterday, he's like.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was March 14th, he's been saving his money up because his friends reminded him of that stuff the very next day. Yo, bro, you tripping, you broke that window. So he's been saving his money up this whole time.
Yeah.
He found out. What, did your friends disappear after the incident? Like, you don't talk to them on a regular basis? Friends never let you live nothing down.
No, his homie sent him the article like, "Yo, somebody wrote about you."
Maybe they were all so drunk they don't even remember.
No, I agree with D. And the other thing that happened was because he said my friend just sent me the video. We live in 2021. Videos like that, like, they're gone by March 16th.
Nah, man, this is in the news.
I'm saying no one's.
You showed him the article. Yeah.
No one's looking at that video two weeks later. Like, we have other crazy shit. We got Gustavo putting pipe bombs in elementary schools.
That's right. That's true.
Like, the news cycle runs fast. Like,
But the police were going to come out for, and that's the letter too. Like, "Hey, can we leave the cops out of this?" So I think that's fine. It's like when you get in an accident with somebody, there's not a lot of damage. You like, "Yo, let's just handle this out of pocket."
I think he shouldn't have said that part.
I don't, because he was trying to keep it between him and the dude. That's
I think he should have said that part. That's pretty fair. I mean, if I got a letter like that, I would be like, all right, like, if someone broke my window and didn't know and then sent me that letter, I'd be like, all right, yeah, just give me the money to pay for the window.
He drops $2,000 in it.
Yeah, I would be like,
"Hey,
all right,
D. Tyler.
Yeah.
We're done, man. Give me your social media.
Oh yeah, this is that coffee, huh?
Just give me your social media, man. We're about to break out right now.
D. Tyler 916.
D. Tyler, did you need to go? Do you need to go potty?
He does. D. Tyler 916. Follow him everywhere. Bye, D. Tyler. Don't log off.
He won a competition with his stripper
He
pole.
said
He made it.
that coffee just kicked in mid-shift. Aurora, where can we find you online? What's cracking?
Aurora Singh. Aurora, like the Disney princess, sing like every Punjabi you've ever met.
You are
Add
a princess.
Me. Follow me.
And then Shapiro, what's up? Tell us, Shappy, where can we find you? What's up?
You can find me Lucky Jew 22 across all the social media platforms. And then at 5:03 on Sunday nights on the Suzette Vanetti show, except I'm usually on at the end. And now the shows
the
are
headliner.
Yeah, right. I'm the in case we need to bump for time.
Right.
Now the shows are coming back. I might be at an open mic somewhere.
I do have 4 shows. I have 4 shows next month, so make sure you follow me.
And they're on your social media?
Yes.
They find your social. Okay, cool.
Good for you, man. That's
I got some shows coming up as well.
Good for you too.
Illustrated. Holler at your boy.
I like looking up like I can really see you up here.
All right, bye Sacramento. Bye T Tyler.
Bye T Tyler.
Front to back. Always remember.